Welcome back to the My Pro Golfer channel. Jeremy Franks coming to you here from the driving range at Summerfield Crossings Golf Club, and today we're going to continue our series on how to swing a golf club using the 4-iron. So first of all, I want to say that if you are kind of a middle to high handicap player and you're not seeing the ball elevate into the air very high with a 4-iron, I want to encourage you to get a hybrid, which we're going to be going over pretty soon in our series on how to swing a hybrid. So that'll be a good segue into it. But if you're not getting the ball up in the air, you know, 5-iron probably is the longest club you should be playing in your bag. But for those of you that still use a 4-iron and want to learn how to use a 4-iron, today we're going to go over some pretty significant pieces of what a 4-iron should do. Now, based on your handicap level, the goal of a 4-iron is just to hit it a yardage. So for me, it's 195 yards, and all I want to do is be able to get it elevated and near the green. If I can get it on the green, that's a bonus. But at that level of speed and length of a shot that's supposed to hit a golf ball that is yay big on a club face that's that size, and to be able to strike that consistently and get the ball elevated often enough, your goal really here is just to get it around the green. And so once you get to the professional level, and you know how to work the ball and actually utilize the space of a putting green surface or a green surface, and you can get that ball rolling. But these balls are not designed to land and stop quickly. So don't think that your 4-iron is so simple to hit after this class, because the whole goal of a 4-iron is just to hit a yardage. So don't overthink this. Don't feel like you've got to be too precise. The goal is just to make good, solid contact and try to hit it in a 25 by 25 foot bucket each and every time. Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. Here at My Pro Golfer, you know we like to keep things simple. And today I've got a special gift for you to help you never miss a 5-foot putt again. Click the link below and download today. So one of the things I hear a lot from students is, well, I keep the 4-iron in the bag because I just, I need something that can punch under a tree. And so if you've been following along and you watched a few weeks ago the 5-iron video, you can use a 5-iron for that shot. So if you're not hitting a 4-iron regularly solid into that bucket, think about changing it up. But one thing you can learn today is when you've got that 4-iron and you want that low shot, I'm going to teach you in this process of how to swing the golf club, how to get that ball low and rolling and what people mean by that. So I'm going to play this first ball just kind of middle of my stance, maybe even just a half a ball behind middle, because I want you to really feel the sensation of trapping the ball against the ground. We do not want to lift the 4-iron. When you start lifting, if lifting is one of your issues, you're going to find that as you come into the golf ball and you're going to hit it to the right if you're a right-handed player, and a left if you're a left-handed player, because the length of the club affects the way that the shallower plane comes down. So if you're not shallow enough, then that club is going to push the ball off to the right. Even if you square the face, that angle of attack tends to squirt the ball, starting it off to the right, makes it very difficult. So we're going to try to feel a shallower shot where we trap the ball here and hit it pretty low and running. So let's just get a sensation of the setup, making sure you're feeling athletic, feeling that club coming down and on top of the ball, not any lift, but down. And you're just trying to almost roll this along the ground. So we're going to go hip to hip, trying to get that sensation going and really feel the swing of the golf club. Here we go. And I barely got off the ground there. It's rolling past the 100-yard flag. And that's all I want you to start feeling in the sensation of trapping that 4-iron against the ground, because lifting the ball is the killer. So before we even get into swinging a 4-iron, let's talk a little bit about why you should or shouldn't use a 4-iron. And a lot of it goes back to our last lesson on how to swing a golf club with the 5-iron is, what is the 5-iron doing for you? What kind of trajectories are we seeing? Is the ball coming out really low? If it's coming out too low, it's not going to have enough carry to get the ball to be utilizing the actual clubs themselves. So if 5-iron's coming out pretty low and you're not seeing a whole lot of difference between the 5-iron and your 6-iron, then a 4-iron is obsolete, and you should either get yourself a 7-wood or a 9-wood, something that's going to get the ball up in the air, or a high lofted hybrid. I want to make sure that you're using clubs that are more helpful for your game and not hurtful. All right, so you're using the 5-iron, it's working out great. We're going to go into how to swing the 4-iron now. We're getting ourselves positionally, so just a couple little things. You want to remember that we worked hard on trapping the ball in that preset idea where we're trying to almost feel like we're hitting a punch shot. I want that same mindset as long as you're swinging on a good shallow plane on actually striking the ball, but I want to play the ball a little bit more up in your stance. It does not want to encourage the body to lift the ball, but to stay on top of it and get down on it. So I'm playing it quite a bit more in the front of my stance, maybe 2 balls off of that back heel, and then we're going to get our bodies set pretty properly, and I still want to feel like I'm getting into and trapping the ball against the turf. Let's see how that goes. Oh yeah, I trapped that very good. Little bit of a cut, didn't quite complete the swing, but I know for a fact that the 4-iron is going to work for me because of how high in the air I get the trajectory.
Hey, just want to remind you to not forget on getting your free gift below on how to never miss a 5-foot putt.
All right, so let's recap the 4-iron and whether or not we should even use a 4-iron in our set. The number one determining factor in whether or not you can use the 4-iron is trajectory. One of the things that my wife loves to do is to make sure she doesn't have an appliance that only does one thing. And I don't want your 4-iron just to be in the bag just so you can chip it out from underneath the trees. I want you to be able to utilize your 4-iron throughout your bag and using it for different shots. So chipping it out under trees, number one. Number two, actually hitting a shot that's pretty solid and consistent from a certain yardage, and being able to utilize the shot where you can bring the trajectory down a little bit and be able to penetrate through the wind on days like this. Even though we're in sunny Florida, it's not too sunny today, but the wind is definitely a factor, and so a 4-iron's a great club to have. You may drop 20 yards in your shot, but you can get it boring through if you can trap it and hit the kind of trajectories that you're going to want. All right, final piece of remembering how to hit a 4-iron properly, just to recap everything that we've said on the actual swing part. Now that we've assessed, we're staying with the video. All right, I want to make sure that I like my 4-iron and how is it going to operate for me. Number one, we're hitting down on the golf ball. We're not lifting, we're not sweeping. This design of this club is to compress the ball against the turf, and we want to make sure that we're managing that in the golf swing as we swing this club. Number two, it's long. So don't swing it fast and quick and down. Take your time. Let the body develop the swinging of a golf club. An orange whip's a great tool. If you have something like that you can swing, or a driver, turn it back upside down and just swing it. Feel that length to kind of help you evaluate the length of a swing or the 4-iron. And then you really want to finish the shot. You want to make the body release all the way through, and that'll help square the face and hit yourself a quality golf shot. So fans, I hope this was fun. I hope this was helpful on how to swing the golf club. And when you get your body in the right positions and you get that olive tree method going, every club in your bag should be a weapon that you're going to use for the future. Have a great day and enjoy your next round of golf.